In the remote, mist-shrouded hollows of the Appalachian foothills, a secret festered for generations, a horror so profound it would rip a small community apart. This is the story of Willard Dawson, a man who impregnated his own teenage daughter not once, but twice before her 16th birthday. His case stands as one of the most shocking and incestuous ever recorded in the state of Georgia, a grim testament to the darkness that can flourish in isolation. The year was 1978. The place, Rabun Gap, Georgia. Here, time seemed to move to a different, slower rhythm, governed by the rugged terrain and the deep, protective valleys that kept the modern world at bay. In this isolated corner of America, traditions were deeply ingrained, and outsiders were viewed with a suspicion born of generations of solitude. It was within this insular world that the Dawson family constructed their own twisted reality, a world apart from the laws and morals of conventional society. Willard Dawson, 42 years old at the time, was the patriarch, a descendant of Scottish pioneers who had settled these highlands in the early 1800s. His ancestors had carved a hardscrabble life from the stubborn earth, building a legacy of isolation and deep-seated distrust. The Dawson property was a place frozen in time, a decaying, two-story wooden house, a barn succumbing to the elements, and a single well for water. It lay at the end of a treacherous dirt road, nearly 12 kilometers from the nearest town, a journey that became impossible during the frequent mountain storms. His wife, Martha, was a ghost of a woman at 38. Born Martha Collins, she was also Willard's second cousin, their union following a family pattern of intermarriage that stretched back for decades. Her eyes were perpetually downcast, her voice rarely heard above a whisper, her spirit seemingly broken by a life of hardship, multiple pregnancies, and unquestioning subservience. Their 5 children, Jacob, 19, Thomas, 17, Sarah, 15, Samuel, 10, and Rebecca, 8, all bore the unmistakable physical marks of their confined gene pool: short stature, asymmetrical features, and poor dental health. The older boys exhibited volatile, erratic behavior, swinging between unsettling apathy and sudden, unexplained aggression. The family's dark world first cracked open on a cold October morning in 1978, when Willard carried his unconscious 15-year-old daughter, Sarah, into the emergency room of Clayton Community Hospital. He claimed she had fainted while carrying supplies, a common occurrence, he insisted. But from the moment he arrived, his demeanor raised alarms. Dr. Richard Thornton, the attending physician, noted his refusal to make eye contact, his nervous agitation, and his desperate insistence on taking her home. The initial examination revealed severe anemia and dehydration. But the truth was revealed in a more thorough assessment: Sarah Dawson was 5 months pregnant. When confronted, Willard became frantic, demanding her immediate release. It was then that an experienced nurse, Elaine Parker, created a crucial moment of privacy. Alone with the groggy teenager, she gently asked about the pregnancy. Sarah's response, delivered with a hollow, empty stare, would haunt the nurse forever. "Dad said it's like that with all the girls in our family." That single, devastating sentence triggered an immediate call to the authorities. Sheriff David Miller arrived within the hour, detaining Willard for questioning while Sarah was placed under protective custody. A search warrant was executed on the Dawson property, revealing a scene of profound squalor and deprivation. The home had no running water or sanitation. Mattresses were scattered on dirty floors. And in a back room, investigators discovered a hidden 2-year-old girl named Emma, Sarah's first child, born when she was just 13 years old. The child displayed severe physical and developmental abnormalities. Martha Dawson, broken by the intrusion, confessed through tears that Willard was the father of both Emma and Sarah's current pregnancy. As the investigation deepened, a pattern of multi-generational abuse and genetic decay emerged. School records showed the children had been withdrawn years earlier. Neighbors described the family as reclusive figures who appeared in town only to stock up on supplies before retreating back into their mountain seclusion. Most damningly, historical records and personal diaries uncovered from the homestead revealed that the practice of consanguineous marriage unions between blood relatives was a deliberate, generations-old family tradition, designed to keep their bloodline pure. This self-imposed genetic isolation had resulted in a cascade of physical and cognitive disabilities with each successive generation. The trial of Willard Dawson in March 1979 became a national spectacle. The prosecution, led by District Attorney Howard Reeves, built an airtight case. Medical experts, including geneticist Dr. Lawrence Freeman from Emory University, detailed the catastrophic biological consequences of the family's actions, explaining how the repeated inbreeding had concentrated harmful recessive genes, leading to the children's severe disabilities. The most powerful testimony came from a transformed Martha Dawson. After months of psychological care, she broke her lifetime of conditioning. "I knew it was wrong," she sobbed from the witness stand. "But when you are taught that questioning is betrayal, you lose the ability to oppose. I failed my daughter." Willard, showing no remorse, was found guilty on all counts and sentenced to 3 consecutive 25-year prison terms. The legacy of the Dawson family is a complex tapestry of tragedy and cautious redemption. Willard died behind bars in 1997. Martha passed away in 2012. Their children's fates were varied. The older boys required lifelong institutional care. The younger children, given intensive support, found varying degrees of stability. Sarah's second child died in infancy. Emma, her first, passed away at 25 from congenital complications. But from the ashes of this tragedy, Sarah herself forged a path of remarkable courage. After years of therapy, she chose to speak out, ensuring her story served as a warning. "I don't want anyone else growing up thinking that was normal or acceptable," she said in a rare interview. "Isolation is not protection. It is a prison." She married, chose not to have children, and dedicated her life to volunteer work helping other survivors. The Dawson property was razed and reforested, its physical memory erased. But its story irrevocably changed Georgia, leading to sweeping reforms in child protection laws, educational monitoring for isolated families, and medical protocols for detecting abuse and genetic disorders. The Project Sarah Center was established in Atlanta to support survivors and educate professionals. This story is not merely a historical account of a depraved man, it is a stark lesson on the perils of extreme isolation and societal neglect. It reminds us that vigilance is our first defense against darkness, and that compassion and intervention must reach into even the most remote corners of our world. If you have made it this far, you understand the importance of remembering these difficult truths. Leave a comment below with "I understand" to show your support for bringing these stories to light. Please subscribe to this channel for more deep investigations into the cases society tries to forget, but we must remember to prevent them from ever happening again. Don't forget to like this video and share it with those who believe that no truth should remain in the shadows.